Hello, my name is Christine, or Loveaholic, and for those of you who don't know, I am a self-taught artist and aspire to do art full-time in the future. I do mostly traditional art, but dabbling in digital art as well. And today I wanted to continue with something that I've been trying to nurture, which is my creative practice, and tend to my burnout for a while since I've been trying to take my art seriously for a few years now. I just saw this really great video by Sara Tepes and how she cultivates her art practice, and she's one of my favorite artists for sure and has been very impressionable upon my path to become an artist. So I really took her video to heart and I thought it was really helpful, especially with how she usually draws like about maybe 4 or 5 times a week, and she uses scratch paper, which I am doing right now, and I think that is brilliant because it really gives you the chance to experiment and not have the pressure to make the most perfect drawings every single time. And if you mess up, you can just throw that paper away. And for me, it was really healing and also very nostalgic for me, since I used to draw on literally anything, like a napkin at the restaurant. I would take out a bunch of copy paper from those stacks that are sold in bulk for the printer and I would just draw on it constantly when I was younger, and even until high school. And even during high school, I just doodle in my agenda book. You know, those agenda books that I'm not sure if kids still have those agenda books anymore, but I used to draw in those a lot too. And eventually that kind of evolved to buying cute, cheap notebooks, and then eventually to my own sketchbook. And it just really makes me feel fond of how far I've come, which is really hard for me to do usually. I usually tend to minimize my my efforts. So this practice was a lot more healing than I've anticipated for sure. If you're anything like me and you've done the same, I think this practice will also be very healing for you. And it's so simple, and the pressure to, use the right tools, to use the right techniques is totally out the window. I think it's the greatest playground is to just get a piece of scratch paper and just draw. And this is the first time I've actually drew something and had fun, and I can kind of let my unique style shine through, which I've also been having a really hard time getting back. It was kind of lost and muddled by all the noise of how I should be drawing, how I should be improving, and having that pressure to always create the best piece, and being able to sit down with just the scratch paper in front of me and the freedom to just draw however I like to draw. My style came back again. And for example, for a while, I've been very self-conscious about how I drew my hair and just how almost messy it was. It didn't look like the artist that I aspired to be. It was just like another reminder that I'm not quite there yet in my skills, and I felt very pressured to draw hair in a certain way, and I felt very constricted. And it wasn't until I showed a fellow artist who I met at my friend's wedding one of my old art pieces, and she told me how much she loved it. I didn't even tell her about my hair. She just immediately noticed it and said it was really great, and how as an artist, your little idiosyncrasies show up like that, and it's what makes your art really great. And that was very insightful and also very healing. And now I'm really proud of my hair. I'm also, weirdly enough, improving on how I draw my hair, but also not being afraid to keep my style and evolving from there. So I say, if you're like me, where you're trying to nurture or re-nurture that creativity when you first found inspiration for it, go back to the basics and just slowly and deliberately relearn. Take your time and enjoy the process of it. And most likely, if you go to the beginning, the feelings that were associated with it will definitely come back. And I guarantee you is very, very, very healing. And I hope you'll find the healing and the fun like I am. Thank you so much for listening to this little rambly voiceover. I didn't make a script for this. I just thought I'd share my thoughts on this wonderful practice and just share how I've been nurturing my creativity back again, and hopefully it helps somebody out there. And with that, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video and my sketching process, and I will see you in the next one. Happy creating!